in the business model test, no, hinahati natin yung tinatawag nating intention ng management. So, ano ba yung intention ng management? Una, in the portfolio of asset. Una, you need to collect contractual cash flow solely from payment of principal and interest. So siguro nababasa nyo na to sa ibang material, no? Yung tinatawag nilang SPPI test. So ito, no, you have an investment from a debtor, no, nangako siya sa'yo, babayaran ka niya ng fixed amount of principal at interest until it matures. So yung cash flow mo, contractual. Pag sinabing contractual, series of cash ang papasok sa'yo upon realization of the period of time. So, yun yung tinatawag na solely, individually or uniquely, solely for payment of principal and interest, known as SPPI. Yung isa naman, I acquire an investment kasi gusto ko ibenta. Yun yung isa. Yung isa naman, no, I acquire investment kasi gusto ko siyang ibenta or kapag hindi maganda yung market, gusto ko siyang hawakan until it matures. So, yung SPPI test, ang intention mo is to hold the investment until it matures. Yung sell, of course, to sell. Yung isa naman, both. Matindi itong isa, both. Kapag gumanda ang market, upon speculation, you will sell it. Kapag hindi, or at least you do have principal and interest. Because of this business model test, you can now measure or rather classify what type of investment is applicable for them. So for example, for contractual cash flow, no, SPPI, to hold, sila yung dati mong tinatawag na held to maturity security. Kaya lang, old na siya. Ang pangalan niya ngayon is amortized cost. So sila yung investment recognized at amortized cost. Yung sell naman, no, tawag mo sa kanila dati, trading securities. Ngayon, sila yung tinatawag mo investment at fair value through profit or loss. So medyo mahaba, no? Fair value through profit or loss. Kahit i-abbreviate mo, ang haba pa rin, ang daming letters ka. Hindi ko na lang consider. Ang ganda ng investment name niya ngayon, no? Backed by IFRS. Parang Daniel Padilla. Nasa kanya na lahat. So pag tinanong mo what is the initial measurement, masasagot niya. What is the subsequent measurement, masasagot niya. Saan mapupunta yung differences ng dalawa, masasagot niya. Okay? If you want to hold the investment and at the same time sell it, if the market movement goes to be favorable, you will recognize this investment at fair value through OCI. Yan. Dati ang tawag mo sa kanya, no, available for sale. Sila yung mga naririnig yung available for sale. Okay? Gagawin naman nating scenario ngayon kung yung investment ay fair value through OCI. Okay, so, lagyan natin equity investment at fair value through OCI. Kanina kasi assuming daw PNL lang. Sige. Magkano nga last time? 150,000. So, ngayon, pag measure mo yung investment, bumili ka, 1,000 shares at 150 pesos. So, magkano ngayon yung initial measurement ng investment mo? Sagot? 153,750. Anong nangyari? Ba't naging ganyan, no? Parang kasasabi ko lang ata kanina, the directly attributable cost, DAX, will form part of your investment cost. So, 3,750 is the transactional cost. Kanina, nile-neglect mo lang siya, disregard, ine-expense mo siya. Kasi, PNL yung investment mo. Pero ngayon, hindi na. May bearing na siya. It will form part of your cost. Okay na tayo. Next. December 31, 2018, wala naman nagbago sa info. Mineasure mo raw siya, ang halaga niya 180,000. So, meron uling problema. No? 153,750 dati, 180 ngayon. So, magkakaroon ka ng adjusting entry. Ang tanong, magkano? Okay? So, meron kang 26,250. Tama ba yan? Okay. Ano magsabi kung tama, Paki-compute na lang. 26,250. Okay? Next, meron tayong isa pang account na i-maintain. Ang tawag unrealized gains or loss. This time, OCI. Okay? So, meron kang 26,250 unrealized gains or losses, OCI. At year-end, ganito ang mga nangyayari. I-report mo yung investment at fair value through OCI at 180,000. I-report mo siya sa non-current asset section. Kasi OCI, okay? Hindi siya for sale agad. Next, meron kang unrealized gains or loss, OCI. I-report mo siya sa OCI section of the Statement of Comprehensive Income. Next, meron kang running balance na 26,250 sa OCI. Sir, ba't may running balance ako? Itong running balance na to, i-report mo to sa Statement of Changes in Equity. Doon din, sa OCI section. Anong pinagkaiba niya kanina? Una, yung cost. Yung transactional cost mo, capitalized. Pangalawa, yung unrealized gains or losses mo, OCI. Haven't you noticed yung unrealized gains or losses mo, OCI? Unlike kanina, no? Sinasara natin sa retained earnings dito, we maintain the cumulative or accumulated balance. Therefore, yung nire-report mo sa Statement of Changes in Equity is what? Is a permanent account or a real account. Yung nasa OCI section ng Statement of Comprehensive Income, ito. OCI section ng Statement of Comprehensive Income is a nominal account or a temporary account. Okay? So, pag-close yan, nasa Statement of Changes in Equity. Let's go. Tuloy tayo. Nagbenta. Ito maganda. Nagbenta. So, anong mangyari dun sa benta? I-report natin. Okay, discuss natin. Magkano mga yung nabenta? Lagay natin dito sa baba. Selling price, nagbenta ko ng 400 shares at 190. Okay? Hindi ako nagkakamali. Binenta ko siya at 76,000. Book value, yung huli niyang book value, yung 180,000. Yung 180,000 na yun, ang kukunin lang natin yung para sa 400 shares. Kasi ano yun it represents the 1,000 shares. So, ang book value ng binenta is 72,000. Meron ka ngayong 4,000 na difference. Tawag ko dyan kanina, gain on sale. Tama? Tanong, may gain on sale ba para sa OCI? Kasi sabi lang natin kanina, walang ganyan. So, kung walang ganyan, saan mo i-recognize ngayon yung 4K? Sabi raw, any gain or loss on sale is recognized directly within equity. Ulitin ko, sino ang pinsang buo ni OCI? Si retained earnings. Therefore, yes, correct. Correct ka nang naririnig. Direct credit to RE. So, magiging entrada mo dyan ganito. Tumanggap ako ng pera, 76,000 debit to cash, credit ng equity investment at fair value through OCI, 72,000, and credit 4,000. I-credit ko sa retained earnings account. Diba? Yun ang pinagkaiba. So, may gain on sale. Wala. May retained, pero directly credit to retained earnings. So, walang effect dito sa unrealized gains or loss OCI. O, tuloy natin, may nawala ng 72,000 sa akin investment kasi binenta ko. Next, i-value na uli. Magkano i-value? Ano naman yan? Magkano i-value na raw? 175 times 600 shares, you have 105,000. So that's December 31, 2019. Yan. Okay. So, ikaw, ganyan din. Eto, ang tanong. You recognize at the beginning 180,000 investment for 1,000 shares. At the beginning also, meron kang cumulative balance of unrealized gains or loss, 26,250. Tama? Credit, meaning gain yan. Tapos, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, itong 26,250, it represents 1,000 shares. Tama? Okay. Now, ang binenta mo, 400 shares lang. Hindi ba unfair if the 400 shares are still part of this cumulative balance of unrealized gains or losses? When in fact, wala na yung 400 shares na yun sa'yo kasi binenta mo na. Tama? So, here is now the scenario. What will happen to the portion of 26,250 cumulative unrealized gains or loss that represents the that represents the 400 shares sold? So, in other words, whenever you encounter fair value through OCI and you encounter disposal, and we call it partial disposal. Hindi niya binenta yung lahat eh. Binenta lang niya parte ng hawak niyang investment. Keep in mind two consideration. Okay? Number one consideration is the supposed gain or loss on sale. The supposed gain or loss on sale is recognized directly in retained earnings. It's number one. Number two, the cumulative. Okay? Cumulative. Iba to sa gain or loss kanina. Unrealized gain or loss of sold. Sold lang hindi yung lahat. Of sold portion shall be transferred. Take note the term transferred to retained earnings. And of course, kasama niyan is to derecognize the sold portion. Keep in mind the two aspects. Number one, yung supposedly binenta mo shall be recognized in retained earnings. Ginawa na natin yan. Ito nasa baba. Yan yung number one. Tama? Ito yung entrada ng number one. Yung number two, hindi pa natin ginagawa. You have to transfer the cumulative unrealized gains or losses, not of all, not of the 26,250, but only the portion of this amount that represents the sold portion. So, ang tanong, magkano yun? Okay? So, ililipat daw sa RE. Take note, gain yan So, pag nilipat mo yan sa RE, ito entrada mo. Number 2, debit, unrealized gain, OCI, credit, retained earnings. Ang tanong na lang, magkano? Sige, solve natin. Sabi ko, yung 26,250, nire-represent niya yung 1,000 shares. Tama? Okay. Ilan lang ba binenta niya? Yung 400. Sino lang ba ililipat? Yung sold. Sino ba yung sold? Yung 400. So, compute. 26,250 representing the 1,000 shares. Pero, ang i-transfer lang natin yung 400 sold portion. So, debit, unrealized gains or loss, OCI, 10,500. Credit, retained earnings, 10,500. Ano effect niyan? Yung 72,000 na de-recognize, may kakambal na 10,500 din na dine-recognize. Okay? So, yan yung gagawin natin, no? This is number 2, and this is number 3. This is number 1. Okay? So, meron na tayo. So, ang kasunod na lang, yung 105. So, meron kang 180 na nabawasan ng 72, 105. So, to make it 105, may 3,000 kang loss. Na i-recognize. Lagyan natin dito, 3,000 loss. I-recognize. So, gano'n na lang natitira sa sa unrealized gains or losses mo. Magkano na lang kaya natitira? You started with credit, 26,250. Nilipat sa retained earnings yung 10,500. Tapos may loss ka raw na 3,000. So you do have only 12,750 running balance as of December 31, 2019. Take note 750 yan. December 31, 2019. Okay. Ayusin lang natin. Kaya ako didelete. So you will have 12,750. Ayan yung mga dapat kong tandaan ha. When you encounter that kind of investment. Okay. Sige. Tanong na tayo. How much is the balance of investment at December 31, 2018? 180. Huh? Yung kanina. How much is the balance if you're talking about 2019? 105. Tama? Yan ang tinatanong. Next. Magkano raw yung gain on sale of ordinary share? Sagot, 0. Tama? Wala kang gain on sale, oh. Credit directly in equity. Number 3. Magkano yung unrealized gains or loss to be reported in the equity section? Kanina 0 yan. Ngayon meron kang i-report? Yes. Magkano i-report mo? Ayan. 12,750. Yan, binilugan ko. Okay. Sige. Technique tayo. Sir, may iba bang paraan na hindi na ako gagamit ng T-account pag ang tanungan ay mga unrealized gains or losses? Meron namang ibang paraan. Okay? So, yan, ipapakita natin ngayon. May mga ibang paraan naman. Kanina, pinakita ko sa iyo yung book value to book value. Tama? Or fair value to fair value. Fair value of the recent versus the previous reporting date. Okay? Sabi natin kanina, you will arrive at this amount. 105,000 versus 108,000. You will have a 3,000 unrealized loss. Okay? That unrealized loss will form part of OCI. So we are talking about 600 shares only at 180 versus 600 shares at 175. Tama? Okay. So yung 3,000 na mako-compute mo, ito ang mga tanong dyan. How much is the unrealized gains or loss? OCI. For the year. Okay? Assuming we are talking about 2019. So if that is for the year, ang sagot mo is 3,000 loss. Next. How much is the unrealized gains or loss? OCI. To be reported in the OCI section of the Statement of Comprehensive Income. Obvious na obvious yan, no? So, sagot, 3,000 loss. Letter C, unrealized gains or loss to be reported in P&L of the Statement of Comprehensive Income. Obvious na obvious yan. Ang sagot mo ay 0. Tama. Kasi P&L, OCI ang investment mo. Next, kapag ang tanong, how much is the unrealized gains or loss OCI to be reported as of? Okay? Ang sagot dyan is the running balance. 12,750. Running balance. Okay? Letter E, minsan, how much is the unrealized gains or loss? OCI at So, pag sinabing at, ang tinutukoy niya running balance din, 12,750. Ito, nasa T account natin kanina. Letter F, how much is the unrealized gains or loss? OCI, tapos to be reported in the statement of changes in equity. Running balance ang tinutukoy niya, 12,750. In other words, itong approach natin sa baba, no, tawagin natin book value to book value or fair value to fair value. Ang nasasagot lang niya, yung letter A, yung letter B, tama? At saka yung letter C para sa investment at P&L. Yun lang ang nasasagot niya. Pero yung letter D, letter E, letter F, hindi niya nasasagot.